Hi, I'm Kari, and I'm an 8th grader here at Isaac Newton. I came here in the 4th grade, not knowing a lot about Jesus, but my teachers taught me that we're supposed to accept Jesus into our lives. So I did in the 4th grade. Ever since the 4th grade, I've built wonderful friendships, and I've been growing academically and spiritually. We even have a junior leadership program that teaches kids how to be a leader and to be a servant leader, and I've been doing that, and I'm going to bring a lot of those traits with me to high school. Throughout high school, I'd like to walk with Jesus and to reach other people through my faith.
Jesus, I want to live for you. You're everything I want to be, and everything I've been pursuing is worthless when you call to me. Jesus, I give my heart, falling down at your feet. I'm living to walk with you for the rest of my life.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Curry. I teach 4th grade, and one of the wonderful things about teaching is that every day is an opportunity to see how the kids are growing in Christ. We had a really powerful thing happen. Every year there's a spelling bee, and by 4th grade the kids really get so they know who they expect to win based on past spelling bees and things. But there was one student that always struggles, doesn't do well, and always hangs his head. And I had been praying for him that something would happen to really lift his face up. And I hoped that in this spelling bee that this would be an encouraging day for him and not a discouraging one. So we, in the first round, got to him and he paused for a long time, but he spelled the word correctly. And I was so grateful. The kids were excited. Then as the spelling bee went on, each round the words getting harder, he kept spelling the words correctly. And we finally got to the point where it was just this student and the two students that we kind of expected would win the spelling bee. And this round I was doing the difficult words. The whole class kind of had this air of excitement. Could he spell a word from the difficult list? So his word, he spelled correctly, and we were all really happy for him. And then we got to the other two students, and they misspelled their words. And there was this moment of stunned realization that he had won the spelling bee. And the whole class just jumped up, ran over to him, and lifted him up off the ground like you would the MVP of a team. And there in the middle of the crowd were the two students who would have expected to win the spelling bee, but they had gotten to him first, and they had lifted him up. And my answer to prayer in that moment, when I saw his face, grinning like I'd never seen him grinning before, and I really thanked the Lord that these students showed Christ-like character, set themselves aside, and went to encourage and lift up a friend of theirs. That's what this school is about.
Hi, I'm Mason from Isaac Newton. I'm an 8th grader. I just want to tell you about a story that happened a couple years back when I was in 4th grade. My dad suddenly died, completely unexpected, and the next couple of days when I came back to school, just the staff, the teachers, and students really helped me with that. And one friend, his father also died a couple of years before mine, and he really was there, and he said that I know what you're going through, and I'm here to help, and that really just helped me. And probably the biggest part was just God and how He walked with me. I mean, I wasn't as close to Him back then, but I know through my experience through Isaac Newton I am now. And, well, you know, He walked with me and just helped me through it. And I know when I go to high school that He'll also be with me and help me with bad situations. And I hope that I can influence my peers more than they're influencing me in the wrong way. And I'm just living proof that God will stay with you and walk with you throughout your experience with Him.
Father, I know that you hear me. You wipe every tear from my eyes. Yea, though I've walked through the darkness, you lifted my face to the sky. Jesus, I give my heart, falling down at
My name is David McIntosh. Recently, I had a conversation with a neighbor through my open car window when he chose to use a few, how do we say it, choice words. He had not realized that in the back seat sat my daughter, who heard the whole conversation. I remember as we were pulling away, I apologized for the words she heard, and she said, "Daddy, I didn't hear any bad words." I explained to her that he had used some words that we choose not to use at our house. She said, "Daddy, do you think he's a Christian?" I said, "You know, sweetie, I really don't know. I can't be the judge of that, but I don't think he is." Instead of laughing or making a comment about that naughty man or that bad man, she said, "Daddy, we really need to pray for that man." My wife and I are glad that Isaac Newton Christian Academy instills spiritual maturity in our children. We see this on a regular basis, and we understand as parents that it is our job to develop and promote that. But to send them to a place where that is modeled and reinforced and taught is priceless. That's the reason our family chooses to drive an hour each way to have our children in that environment. We are grateful for the spiritual maturity that Isaac Newton Christian Academy instills in our children.
Hi, I'm Dave Gasho, third grade teacher at Isaac Newton Christian Academy, and I'd like to share a little story with you about a young man in my class who, quite honestly, is a handful, and on a particularly difficult day, he handed me a crumpled up letter which reads, "Dear Mr. Gasho, thank you for teaching me. Before I didn't know very much about the Lord. If you didn't teach me, I would just be dumb and not care. But thanks to this school, it all worked out just right. And thanks for helping me become a Christian. It changed my life. Thank you for everything." I was able to share Christ with this young man out in the hallway. We prayed the sinner's prayer, and I just love the fact that as a teacher at Isaac Newton, we can share the gospel with our students and have them receive Christ and live a life for Him.